I had a long discussion yesterday with the CEO of a large gold mining company, and we covered some very interesting subjects. But there's one thing when it relates to the gold price and the silver price that rang true with me, that on the surface may sound like doom and gloom, but I'm telling you guys, we have brighter days ahead when it comes to the gold price and the silver price. Also, we're going to touch on the big August 22nd announcement from the Brics countries. We've got so much to cover. Let's just dive in right now. So I'm talking with my friend who happens to be the CEO of a mining company, and we're talking about sentiment, and he shared with me something that was super interesting. He'd just gotten back from a big mining conference, and he said, Ron, I have never, ever seen sentiment, feeling, interest in the sector as low as it is right now. Now, on the surface, we could say, oh my gosh, that's horrible. And of course, that's not a good thing, right? Interest in silver, interest in gold, interest in the mining stocks at a near all-time low, in his opinion. He compared it to 2015, okay? But think about this, guys. We've got a pretty good gold price, again, within striking distance of an all-time high for gold. We've got silver hanging in there. I checked before I came on. Silver up 18 cents. I could be wrong on that, but that's what I saw. Silver was still up. We're hanging in there. We're doing well with the silver price and the gold price, despite the fact that we're in an environment where interest and feeling and money, he said investment money in the gold mining sector, trying to raise money is like as bad as he's ever seen it. Think about this. We're already at pretty good prices. Think about when the sentiment improves. And we saw what could happen back during the little banking crisis. Remember that? What was that, what now, 9.5 weeks ago, roughly? Where we had 3 of the 4 largest bank failures in the history of the United States. What happened to the silver demand during that period? You couldn't find silver, right? My local coin shop, I went in, they got this like shelf behind the counter where they have all the boxes with all the Britannias and Krugerrands and all the different coins. I mean, right now it's stocked up pretty good, but when that was going on, nothing. Waiting list, okay? So think about it. Think about if sentiment improves, if we get higher gold price, higher silver price, and it's coming. It's going to happen, okay? Trust me. It's going to happen. And then sentiment improves. It's going to be like a double turbo boost for the silver and gold sector. It's the silver lining, okay? I know, pardon the pun, but it really is the silver lining. Now, I have a question for you right now. I need some help, because I've been kind of swamped. I'm not going to bore you with my personal life, but we don't have hot water at our house anymore, okay? So the basement, you probably see, well, maybe you can't, but that side of the basement's a complete mess. I've been swamped. I haven't been able to study what was going on this morning, but why did gold and silver both go up, and then why did they collapse, and now they bouncing? Let's hope it's getting better, bouncing back. Does anybody know? I think I looked at gold was down like $20 or $30 in a short period of time. Hello, Gene Richards. Hello, John Baxter. Hi to Suzie. Hi, family from Scotland. Good to see you, John. Hello, Marshmaz. Welcome back, Coin Shop Chris, the one and only Coin Shop Chris. We love Coin Shop Chris. Tell Coin Shop Chris you love him in the comments, will you? Because he's a very good guy, a lovable guy. Let me tell you something about Coin Shop Chris. I'll tell you 2 things I know about Coin Shop Chris. Number 1, he's helped a lot of people on this channel. Sorry, hold on a minute. I'm dying. How would you like to watch a live stream where a guy dies? Woo, I had a tickle in my throat. Sorry, I'm still alive. Remember, I told you I'm going to make 1 video a day, 1 piece of content at minimum for the rest of my life. You know what that means? One of us is going to outlive the other, but you got a friend for life, right? I'm 53. Who knows how long I'll live? I'm going to be with you every single day. So don't forget that. Now, let's get back to CoinShop Chris. CoinShop Chris has helped so many people for free. He doesn't do shipping. He's not trying to get customers. He's not trying to sell anybody anything, okay? He helps out a lot here on the channel, moderating to help, like, believe it or not, we get some crazy comments that come through. Some of them are quite interesting. I'll leave it at that, having to do with all types of things, okay? But he's a great friend to me as well, so we love you, CoinShop Chris. Thank you. All right, gold's at 1916. Gene Richards from Australia. CoinShop Chris. Greg Sanford. Yeah, something happened this morning. Why did gold dump? Does anybody know? Does anybody know? If you do, put it in the count. There's a 30, then there comes, hold on, man. Come on, for hot water. You're cracking me up. Neil is the platinum guru. Get him on here. Yeah, we need to do, I'll have to do it. You know what? Neil and I will have to do a platinum video. I don't know. I've got some big things coming up, but stay tuned because I'm going to try to get Neil on to do a platinum video because he knows. So yeah, here's what's interesting about what likely happened this morning in the gold market and the silver market. You see, hey, thank you, Clifton. Wow, that's awesome. I appreciate the super chat. That is really a nice expression of generosity, Clifton. Thank you. What likely happened this morning in the market is a bunch of paper got dumped, right? Gold and silver. Here's what's super interesting about this. During those, it always happens. You ever notice that? It usually doesn't go down like a hill. It's like a roller coaster or like a cliff dive, right? Like when I'm at the swimming pool and I'm doing my fancy flip dives off the high dive, it's like, ugly and down. It's like gravity, right? That's the way silver and gold go down. But here's what's crazy about it. If you think about it, especially with silver, during those little periods, those 5, 10, 15-minute periods when silver just nosedives, during those little periods, the amount of actual silver that's traded in paper terms anyway is oftentimes the equivalent of 10 or 15 or 20% of the entire annual silver mining output. That means like in 15 minutes, they'll trade as much silver as is produced, 20% of what's produced in a whole year by the mines. Think about that, guys. We're going to talk about paper manipulation of silver. It's been proven multiple times by multiple credible people. We know there's been, right? Haven't there been convictions regarding this? I mean, it's crazy. It just drives me nuts. Ancient Tom says, strange that gold is tanking while silver is regaining. Oh, nice. Moving in the opposite direction. Well, it's better than them both tanking, right, Ancient Tom? We'll take it. And a lot of us love gold, and a lot of us love silver as well. And we know Neil, and I'm not going to talk about it. I don't want to keep bringing up Neil, but we love Neil, and Neil loves his platinum, and he is the platinum guru. And friends with CoinShop Chris as well. Hey, Dave, the Golden Griffin, aloha, and aloha to CoinShop Chris. So I'm talking to the CEO yesterday, okay? Now, the next thing we talked about was the actual gold price. And he took the words right out of my mouth on this one because I believe the same thing to be true. He insinuated that he thinks that as soon as we get the gold price above 2,100, 2,150, 2,200, right? You've heard this, right? You've probably heard this. I think you know this. Once we break out to a new all-time high in US dollars, that move from 2,200 to 2,600, right, is going to happen quick. Mark my words. Okay, mark my words. Let me ask you a question. Do you feel that when priced in dollars, now there's something else very interesting that he mentioned that we forget about. I'm going to mention that. We're going to talk about that in a second. But do you think that once we get the new all-time high in gold, that the move to 2,600 will be quick? Now, I have another question for you after we answer that one. Yes or no? Do you think that once we get above 21, 5 years out, yeah, you're entitled to your opinion, Mr. Incy Purdy 68. CoinShop Chris says yes. Shannon says yes. Fed now, July 2nd. That'll be interesting. Good point, Marshmaz. Good point. Get as much debt cleared. Yes. MC says no. Pete the Squatchy, yes, of FOMO. Yeah, I think that number one, it will technically have broken through resistance into all-time highs. Plus, Pete, thanks for bringing up that point about FOMO. On top of that, we'll have a little bit of an improvement in sentiment. Maybe the Wall Street Journal will run a little article that says, oh, gold priced in dollars goes to all-time high. Maybe CNBC will mention gold, right? Squidward says, yeah, max them all out, get silver. Gold can easily, 10 times. Yes, Neil, we love that. Ancient Tom says, absolutely. So I'm going to repeat this one more time because I think to me, it makes sense. Tell me if I'm crazy or crazier, but once we get that new all-time high in gold, 2,100, 2,200, and so there's no more resistance above it, right? There's no people who are waiting around saying, once it gets to this amount, I'm going to sell. That's what stops stocks, gold, silver, whatever, from going higher and higher and breaking out to all, is there's people that are saying, once gold gets back to 2,000, I'm selling, I'm done, right? We clear all those people out on the way up, gets to a new all-time high. There's nobody out there that said, oh, I bought gold at $2,400. No, nobody bought it at that right. Now everybody's in the money, everybody. And we get a little attention from the press, from the media, right? And sentiment, if we had to rate it between 0 and 100 right now for gold, is maybe at 20. I would even say 14. Let me ask you that question. If you had to measure sentiment, the feeling out there toward precious metals in general, we'll lump silver and gold, and you had to rate it between 0, which means absolutely hated, depressed, nobody pays attention, nobody cares, to 100, which is like mania, like everybody wants it, like Bitcoin got to when it was $20 or $67,000. What would you rate it? 69. Low blood pressure. Anytime I ask for a number between 0 and 100, you always say 69. But 69. 0 coverage from the media and FOMO. Neil says 1 billion. Adam Stan says 80. Okay, well, that's high. Maybe I'm wrong. I think we're at like 20. Tons of people talking about gold. Bitcoin is unicorn fart dust. Gold and silver are real money. Everything else is unicorn fart dust. You got that right. I got a unicorn fart dust shirt. I got unicorns everywhere. There's a unicorn right there, right behind me. I don't have that light on. You can't see it. Barry Beto says 60. That's pretty good. Ancient Tom says 5. That's even lower than me. Most people are broke. He says 30. Greg Sanford says 50. Again, guys, we're rating how favorable or unfavorable people are looking at silver and gold on the scale of 100. NC Purdy says 95. Dave Musos, when the U.S. Mint starts selling the new gold back and silver dollar. Interesting. 2%, Coda says. Positive thoughts lead to positive action. Isn't that true, Neil? Isn't that true? That is true. Ron Coin. Yeah. In my grandiose thinking, I have to admit that sometimes has crossed my mind. So we're in this horrible sentiment environment. We could break out. You know, there's a growing movement, guys. I'm just going to mention this. I'll have them on more to talk about it later. This Reddit community that broke off from Wall Street Silver. Remember Wall Street Silver? They still have like 230 something, maybe 1,000 people, silver stacking fanatics. And there was some drama there. And a new group formed called the Silver Degen Club. And they are heading up this new movement to squeeze silver, I guess you could say, and they're wanting to do it. And there's a guy who's super smart, the Illuminated Ape, who's behind all this, knows all the data. They're looking to do it by forcing the U.S. Mint to actually buy the silver that the market is demanding. More on that later, but that could be potentially explosive for the silver price, right? I mean, we know that. Brics meeting. Yeah. So before I forget, I got a really cool gift in the mail yesterday, and I want to recognize this and show it to you. I've never seen this. It's silver related. Who can guess? Who can guess? I have and it's pure silver gift that was sent to me. I think it's not super uncommon. It's no novelty type thing, but it's the most cost-effective way to buy silver that I've found. I didn't hear the Zimbabwe gold news, Marshmaz. Who can guess what I've got? Nope, not a silverback. I have a silver gift. I've got it right over here, but you can't see it. I'll give you a hint. It's in a Ziploc bag. Hello, Ellen basement dwellers. That's right. The basement men and basement women of the world have come together once again to discuss our most favorite subject, silver and gold. Coin Shop Chris, I'm sorry. You know I love you, but you're wrong. That's not what it is. Yes, okay. Encyclopedia got it right. Look what I got. Somebody sent me from Canada. I got a little bag, and it's kind of heavy. Suzie asked how much was that, and I said maybe a half ounce, maybe an ounce. Silver shot. I'd never had seen it before. Okay, guys, you can buy this. Sometimes you can get it directly from refiners, or you can even buy it on some of the big. Don't quote me, but some of the big websites. You know, the online bullion retailers, they're selling it. And if I remember, last I looked, it was close to spot. So it's really cool. I like it. And I know this came from a guy named Brian Turner. So thank you, Brian, my friend in Canada. I really love it. I mean, look at that. It's really beautiful. And he's got assays done on it, or wherever where they calculate that he gets from this refiner that he gets it from is 0.9999. I think next time, I just bought some silver, but I think next time I buy silver, that's what I'm going to get. I mean, it's silver, and it's super pure. What's not to like? And it's at spot basically. But check that out for yourself, okay? That's for werewolves and vampires. I would find yourself a vial. Yeah, Grieger sells shot. Okay, yeah, a lot of places sell shot. I don't know. I mean, I don't hear anybody stackers really talk about it, but I'll show you one last time. I'm telling you, this stuff is cool. Look at that. Hey, look, it looks like I have a beard. Hello, I'm Santa Claus with the silver beard. I know I'm not funny. You can confirm that with my wife, Suzie. She will tell you. My humor is rarely appreciated around the house. The other thing we touched on yesterday when it comes to this horrible sentiment is, and this is a real quantifiable way that we can see that people just don't care right now. And look, we care. Don't take this the wrong way. We're the smart ones. Like I said, right? You interested in silver and gold? You probably own some silver, own some gold, right? The herd is over here and they're about to get slaughtered. You're the smart one. You sense something's going on. You're off away from the herd, kind of hiding in the trees with your silver and your gold, right? Trust me, when the herd realizes what's going on, they're going to want to join you. They're going to want to join me. And when they do, there's not going to be a lot of silver and gold left. And that's absolutely quantifiable when we look at the volume, the number of shares that are being traded on the TSX, that's the Toronto Stock Exchange. That's where a lot of the mining companies are traded, the junior mining companies. The volume is like at the lower lower end of the band. It's not looking good. So here's my next question for you, my smart viewers who've all decided to join us here in Ron's Basement. Hey, please do me a favor. Give this a thumbs up. That really helps us get the news out to other people. It helps the channel. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, okay? That's free. And don't forget, find the bell thing, press the bell and turn on notifications. That way you'll get notified every time I put out a new video or go live. And don't forget, every day for you, value in the silver and gold sector. That's what I want to deliver. You don't have to agree with me. You can disagree. That's absolutely allowed. Hey, we got 100 thumbs up. On 100 thumbs up, we ring the bell 10 times. One ring for each 10 likes. 8, 9, 10, 11, because we got 110. You guys are the best. Cast your own coins with Silver Shot. Thank you, Ancient Tom. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate the super chats, guys. It goes a long way to paying for a new hot water heater. And it's really a cool expression from you. So thank you, Ancient Tom. That is awesome. New gold standard incoming. Yeah, well, guys, well, let me back up. Let's talk about that. I got to write that down. Gold standard. But I want to get your opinion on something. Because it's going to happen. I feel it, right? When we get that $2,100 gold and then we get that let's say we get the $2,600 gold. Let's just think about that, right? We know it could go down. I don't have a crystal ball. You're right, but it could go down, okay? But let's say we do get the $2,600 gold. Where do you see silver? Type it in there. I want to hear from you. Come on, man, please let me know. When you hear $2,600 gold, where do you see silver? I got a number in my head right now, and I think it's too low. 50, says Todd Pauly. Thank you, Todd. You're first. You are first. Andrew says 50. All right. Ellen Rose, 150. Coda, 60. Coinshop Chris, 64. 77 on the dot. Shannon Boyd, 100. Dr. Jekyll, 100. Choke the Woke, 48. Dolo, 45. 53, 45. XRP, 600. Let it shoot the Bitcoin levels. Amen, brother. Ancient Tom, 3250. You know what? That's the number. I'm a lot lower than all you guys, and I'm with Ancient Tom. For some reason in my mind, 33 is what, this isn't a supercomputer, but 33. 23. Paul Beeler, 85. 2,500 for Neil. There is no Gash in Titan. Does JP Morgan know? Very interesting. Sean Cornish, 50. Solar Therm, 2287. Silver predictions? Yes, silver predictions. If we get to $2,600 gold. 35 from Stefan. Silver, too low, industrial metal, says MC. Ancient Tom says 80 to 1. Where do you get the silver shot? I would Google it. Make sure you shop around. When I Googled it, that was sent to me as a gift, but when I Googled it, I saw it for sale and some of the big bullion retailers had it online. End of resistance is high. Let's all hope 500 for us, says James Berryhill, 40. Excellent. A viewer from India. I have 4 questions for you. In regards to the president, 46% visit and all. Silver of importance to gold. Silver round is better. I don't understand that, Gerald. Excellent. A viewer from India. I have 4 questions for you. POTUS 46. I don't understand. A silver round is prettier than gold coin to me. Yes, I have a couple beautiful silver rounds. This one, I'll show you the back. Look at that. Look at the detail on that Indian. Can you see that? Isn't that beautiful? I mean, this is an ounce of silver. This was an ounce of silver 2,000 years ago. This will very likely still be an ounce of silver 2 days from now, 2 months from now, 2 years from now, 200 and 2,000 and 20,000 years from now, right? This has been valuable all that time. I mean, I love silver. I really love vampire buckshot. He's referring to the silver shot because, yeah, I guess silver, you know, we always forget to mention that. Silver kills vampires. You know, the other thing about silver and gold is it doesn't have a political party. It doesn't have a political system that it favors. Silver and gold are apolitical. That means not political. And so important to remember. Let's talk about the new gold standard. Look, guys, who knows what's going to happen on August 22nd? That's when the Brics, that's the date that everybody's pointing out when, you know, around that day we could hear big news from the Brics regarding a gold-backed currency. James Rickards, who's well respected, I like, you know, he's been in our camp for a long time. James Rickards predicted that we will see a gold-backed currency on that day. Will it happen? It remains to be seen. Okay, but there's a lot of signs, there's a lot of indications on a lot of different levels that the Brics countries, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, Saudi Arabia, Argentina, there's like 17 countries that are interested in joining with them as well, that they're going to talk about a new reserve currency. And there's a lot of talk that really about the only way, if they're going to back it with any kind of real asset, it's hard to back a currency with oil. It's hard to back, but gold is always the default. So we could see some big news come out on August 22nd. It could be the biggest day of ever in the universe for gold and silver investors. That will remain to be seen, but at minimum, it's going to be interesting. At minimum, you know, it's so important for us, right? We are the people who don't believe everything we see on our television. We don't believe everything. I'm not saying it's all BS, but let's just say we're a little skeptical of a lot of the things we hear on our television, right? Well, they're not talking about this, but we know what's going on. If we look at what's going on, we look at the concrete details of what's going on out there. We know central banks around the world are acquiring more and more gold. We know China loves gold. We know Russia loves gold. We know they are the leaders of this Brics movement. So we could be in for some really interesting times. Plus, we have the Fed Now coin, right? What a lot of people think are the first steps to moving towards a CBDC in this country. Are you afraid of CBDCs? Most of us are. Most of us aren't real fond of this CBDC idea. I still say we can get all worried about CBDCs, right? And we don't have to like it. But if you own some silver or you own some gold, you're still free from the CB. That's like going to be the only thing left out there. So it'll be very interesting to see how that all plays out. You know, the other major thing that I think is, and we haven't talked about this for a long time, guys, is there's just the fact that oil. Look, we love gold. We love silver, right? We know that they aren't priced properly. We know that to be a fact. But we also have to recognize the oil market is the biggest market in the world. And when Nixon, while he was president, took the United... Somebody gave me a hater comment like, you're always bashing Nixon. You're always... You know, well, nonetheless, when he was president, we were taking off the gold standard. We had silver in our money back then. Right? I mean, blows my mind. Does that blow your mind? Okay. And the dollar essentially then became backed by oil. It's called the petro-dollar. If you want to sound sophisticated when you're at the country club, you can talk about the petro-dollar. So the dollar essentially became backed by oil, and that is right now unraveling, right? We told the Saudis basically, hey, we got one of two choices. Either you only sell oil in dollars and we protect you. That's why They have all kinds of United States built military equipment, all that. That's a fact, right? So you can either only sell oil in dollars and you get to buy defense equipment and buy bonds from us, or option B. And we don't think you'll like option B. So the world has essentially traded oil in dollars for years, and it gave the dollar its pseudo backing, fake backing, right? Oil's consumed. It's not like not like gold or silver, which can be stockpiled and hold its value. Oil gets consumed. Does it hold its value? It does until it gets consumed, okay? That's unraveling. That's a big deal. That can have major, major implications. But what's even more interesting, and Zoltan Pulsar from Credit Suisse is the one who talked about this and wrote about this, okay, is if the Russians or if the Saudis switch and say, you know what, from now on, we will sell oil for gold, but we're going to price the oil differently. Let's see if I can get this straight. Right now, a barrel of oil will cost you about, 2 grams of gold? So they could reprice gold by simply changing that relationship and making gold much, much more valuable. And they love gold. China and Russia, they both mine a lot of gold and silver and other metals for that matter, right? And they also, Russia, produce a ton of oil. Hello, Timothy Zub. Good to see you, my friend. Ancient Tom, my income comes from the banking system. Why is the dollar down? Good question. Start to withdraw our military from Saudi. Yeah, that's, the scary part. The world is changing, guys, like nothing we've ever seen, okay? New alliances are being formed between the Saudi Arabians and the Russians and the Chinese. We are in a period of change like nothing before. And I don't know about you, but what happened over the weekend in Russia, to me, it was just weird from the very get-go. I still say, like, people ask me, what do you think? I don't know. I don't know what was really going on. Really going on. I wouldn't even throw out ideas because I think it's just, but I will say this, to me, it's weird. Coin Shop Chris says, silver, gold, platinum are money. Everything else you think money is unicorn, fart dust. Yes, crazy strange, Shannon. I agree. Dave Musso says, Cliff High predicts $5 to $10 moves in the future. Maybe. If you're referring to silver, yes, I could see that. We could see a day, I'm not saying today or tomorrow, where we have $5 to $10 moves in the price of silver. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, guys, thank you for joining me today. You know you are the best, and I will see you soon. Take care of yourself. Thank you, and thank you for the super chats. Bye-bye.